Hi guys, my name is Tom Antos, and today I want to show you a new field monitor that I've been using. I used it actually in a film that I shot recently in Ecuador, and it's great because of two things. It's really affordable, and also I think it's the best deal basically for the money that you're getting. Now I'll tell you right off the top, it's doesn't obviously have the same kind of specs as like top of the line monitors like the Atomos Shogun or some of the Marshall monitors out there. But then again, those monitors are over $1,000 or $2,000. This one is only $200. So for that price, you're getting I think a great value. Let me just show you sort of what comes inside. The whole thing comes in this nice case. It's padded, well protected, and comes with a little manual. Comes with a sunshade. It's pretty cool, pretty sturdy, and it really helps you when you're filming outside in broad sunlight. And here's the monitor. So the first thing I'll tell you right away that I get really excited about it is just how small it is, especially when you compare it to some of these other 7-inch monitors, and also just how light it is. It's super light, and that just simply means that it's a lot easier to attach it to like a hot shoe mount on a DSLR camera. And then without having to worry that it's going to rip your or damage the hot shoe mount. The monitor I've been using a lot before, for example, is this Icon monitor, also a 7-inch monitor. I don't know if you can see, it is actually drastically bigger simply because of the has, I guess, bigger more functions or buttons on the front, but also it's a lot thicker and it is way heavier. This one's almost 1 kilogram. This monitor weighs only 380 grams. So like I said, it's very light. And when you actually compare the quality of these two monitors, this one, the resolution is slightly lower than the Icon monitor, but it's not big, not a big difference. And especially at 7 inches, you will not see that difference. So the resolution of this monitor is 1024 pixels by 600 pixels. So it's still sufficient enough to judge things like focusing and your composition, all that stuff. It's great. It does the monitor does not eat up the batteries as much as, for example, the Icon or like the Atomos Shogun, which I've been testing out recently too. And that's a good thing. Means that you can run longer for these smaller batteries. It comes with this one battery. This battery will power the monitor for around 2 hours, and also comes with, here, let me show you some of the other things. Has this, for example, magic arm you can attach, so you can attach it to your hot shoe mount, or you can also use it to attach it to like let's say if you have a cage on your camera. Really good and sturdy, and it's cool that it comes with it. Also comes with the charger, and like I said, and one of these smaller Sony NP-F style batteries. So great thing about it is that these batteries are very affordable and easy to find. You can get them on eBay, Amazon, and you can get, for example, like I said, these small ones, or you can get these bigger ones. This one I got from B&H Photo. It's the Sony NP-F 930. This one, it will power the monitor, I think around like 4 hours, maybe longer. I have never actually used it all the way till the end of this battery's life. So I find that with even just these two batteries, the two smaller ones, for the amount of shooting that I usually do, and I guess I usually turn off the monitor in between, it's pretty good. So these two batteries will last you for like a easy day of shooting. If you want something longer, I would maybe get 3 or maybe even 4 of these batteries. Again, if you guys want deals for where you can find these or the bigger batteries, whether it's Amazon, eBay, or B&H Photo, check out the links in the description of this video, or go to my website at tomantosfilms.com. Maybe I guess right now I'll just sort of plug it in and show you some of the features that the monitor has within it. So let me grab this cable here. So I'm going to plug in actually plug it into the camera that I'm actually recording myself on right now. So hopefully it doesn't cut off the signal. Plug it in up here. Actually, while I'm plugging in, I'll just show you guys. This is the Aputure V2 monitor. They have the 3 and I think model. And as far as I know, I haven't tested it out yet, but as far as I know, it's more or less, I think, the same monitor, the same size and weight, but it just has more basically connections on the back. And this one, as you can see, has the HDMI in, but it does not have HDMI out or like a loop through. So if you wanted to use it, like I said, for, let's say, on your camera, and then use that HDMI out to, let's say, run like a wireless HDMI signal to a director's monitor or something, then this will not work. But I believe their version 3 monitor does have it. So again, for all that information, check out my website, tomantosfilms.com, and I'll post all the links. Anyways, I'll plug in the HDMI cable. And it also has the standard, you know, YPBR connections, and then the standard, you know, S-video connections on it too. And then to power it, I'll just plug in this battery that comes with it. All right, and let's power it on. Okay, so it did actually cut out the signal. Anyways, I'm back, and I don't know if you guys can hear the little echo, but that's because the speaker is on. So I'm going to turn down the volume here. And put the volume all the way down. So it was at 30. So it's actually pretty good when it comes to the audio. Like I said, if you know, if you put the volume all the way at 100, you can, you know, it has this speaker here in the back. You can actually hear, you know, pretty well. So it's good for, you know, if you want your crew or actors to hear the takes, for example, if you're doing playback. But if you also want to use the monitor for live, you know, audio monitoring, it actually does have a headphone jack up here, so you can use that as well, and that will automatically cut off the speakers there. So, you know, like I was saying, maybe the image quality is not the best if you're comparing this to like top of the line monitors, for example, like the Marshall monitors or the new Atomos Shogun, for example. But then again, I don't think, you know, you should. I advise always people, you know, not to use a 7-inch, especially monitor, for judging things like colors and, you know, and really just, you know, just sort of the quality of your shot, of the actual image quality. Because a monitor is like a portable field monitor. What it's supposed to do is it's supposed to be, you know, easy to mount and you know, and attach to a camera. It's supposed to be good for, you know, so that you can do pull focus and you know, and so you can tell if your shot is in focus, and also so that you can compose your shots properly. And that's what this monitor is really great at. You know, like I said, the color reproduction, it's good. It's just not as great as some of the top of the line monitors. But I think the fact that you're paying, you know, $200 compared to, you know, $1,000 or $2,000, you know, is a really sort of, you know, offsets the maybe you could say that slight negative there. And then aside from that, it's, you know, it has all the other functions that I think are more important in the, you know, that a field monitor really needs. So, like I said, for focusing and for judging your exposure and your composition, it does all that, and, you know, and it does it really well. So I'll show you sort of some of the functions that it has. It has the here you have the menu button. If you press that, you can go through the menu. And this, as far as I've been told, it has a USB connection here, and the company is going to be rolling out some future firmware updates, so we'll have more, I guess, functions built into it. But right now you have, you know, up here you can adjust things like the markings, so you can the safe area, you can have the center mark and all that stuff. You can also change the image, basically the way the image is displayed, so you can flip it horizontally, vertically. You can freeze the image. You can also zoom in. You have color settings here, which I just leave it on the standard. It's, like I said, it works pretty well. But you can adjust contrast, brightness, temperature, all that stuff. It has also you can change the language of, you know, for the menu, things like that. Has the transparency for the menu itself, and then you have the HDMI audio input and output, sort of, you know, little like presets and stuff. But the great thing about it is that you really, like I said, once you set up the monitor the way you want it, you don't really have to go into the whole menu, and you can use sort of these menu quick buttons, which is the left, right, top, and bottom. So if you touch the left one here, that gives you the control over the safe area. So right now it's displaying the 2.35 to 1 anamorphic, you know, wide aspect ratio, and that's one great feature that this monitor has that some of these really, you know, even high-end monitors don't come with, which I'm really surprised with. And for me, this was really useful. This is one of the reasons why I got this monitor, because because I shoot a lot of projects, you know, in this sort of wider aspect ratio, and so being able to have those guides on the screen while I'm, you know, filming, it really makes my life easier. I can really properly judge, I guess, my composition. So it's really good that this monitor comes with that. And it has also other settings. So if I kind of scroll through it, you can turn it off, turn the TV sort of 70% safe area, 80% safe area, 90%. Then it has the 1.33 to 1, sort of a, you know, standard TV definition aspect ratio. And then it also has the 1.66 aspect ratio, 1.85, and then the one that I, you know, like the most, which is 2.35 to 1 aspect ratio. So that's one of the really cool features about this monitor, and especially again we consider it's only $200. So my, for example, Icon monitor, which is over $600, doesn't even have those features. Another feature here, if you go to the right, you have the peaking. So you can turn it on and off, and you can change also the intensity of it, and you can change the colors. So it's pretty good, it helps you with the focusing. Another thing I have the zebras, and you can adjust, whether it's 70%, 80, or turn it off. So zebras, if you guys don't know, it just sort of shows you where the image starts getting overexposed. So if you start seeing too many of the zebras in your shot, that means that like I said, your shot is overexposed. So it's a great way of judging basically your exposure, or making sure that you don't overexpose your shots. And then if you go up, you can do the center mark, and then you can turn it off. So, it doesn't have to be some of these other features, like for example, false color and things like that, like the top of the line monitors will have. But again, like I said, for those features, I find that if you're gonna be doing a studio shoot, and you want, and you're gonna be using those kind of features, and you're gonna be judging your shot exposure and color composition by that, then you really need a bigger monitor anyway. So this is more, I would say, for this kind of run and gun kind of indie filmmaker, where you want something small, light, and above all, affordable. It does the job because, like I said, you can focus, you can compose your shots properly, and you can see, when you're outside in broad daylight, the monitor has big enough, like I said, contrast and brightness, so you can see your image properly. So really cool monitor, and like I said, if you guys are looking for like a good affordable monitor and light that's easy to mount on a small DSLR, I would highly recommend it. So if you guys want to see all the detailed specs of this monitor, and also where you can find the best deals, then check out my website at tomantosfilms.com, or click the first link in the description of this video. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.